Hello, everybody. Welcome to Step into the Portal on this Thanksgiving Eve. Well, U.S. Thanksgiving at least. So thanks for joining us. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you celebrating. Tomorrow we are here with some pre-meal festivities for you. I am the Brandt, and I am joined by
Ryan from the basement.
And
yeah, good morning, Eric. Glad to be here. Happy Thanksgiving.
Awesome. And it's pretty early for Eric there because you're an hour behind us, right?
This is true. I have the sun coming right through my my blinds here. But yes, good morning.
Nice. Awesome. So we just figured we would play some champions. We have fun playing together. And so I think it was mostly Eric that had the idea. We're going to do Ebony Maw, but what if he stole Thanos' glove because he was in charge of it and he decided to steal it? So we're going to play a little Ebony Maw here. And we shuffled in the Band of Badoon because that Space Stone will mess with us if we don't have some minions in there. So we decided to make sure we had a good chunk of minions, 10. So we have no shortage of minions now.
The reason why we say that is because we originally wanted to go with Death Strike, but then I pointed out that the Space Stone will just mill our deck constantly.
Yeah, it's fun to use the Infinity Gauntlet, but you have to make sure you have minions. Otherwise, it's kind of I mean, you can do it. It's just harder, right? It's just going to accelerate, but you're not going to really get it.
That's right.
An experience that you are looking for. We are playing X-Men Heroes. I'm going to be playing Aurora or Storm. Who are you playing there, Eric?
Cyclops
Nice.
leadership.
I know it's hard to get the light.
Yep. So I have yet to play him with some of the newer leadership cards that came with Storm's deck. So excited to give him a whirl.
And Brian, who you playing?
I, the only Canadian at the table today, am playing the only Canadian at the table today, Wolverine.
Bub.
Nice. Bear with me, I'm a little bit under the weather, although my voice is sounding good, so that's the good part. But actually, I was just thinking about it. It's like, hey, how cool is this? Since we can play online, we can play even if one person is ill, right? It would be a little bit irresponsible of us if, before holidays or whatever, to get together as a group if somebody was sick just to play a game, right? And people could do what they want. I'm not there, but because we're online, it's like, hey, I could be sick as a dog and we could still play, right? So that's a cool part of kind of being able to do this. I find card games really lend themselves. Eric, I know you play a lot of board games. You probably don't play board games via webcam, do you?
No, there's very, very few that you can. And, a game like Tiny Towns or Rolling Realms, where if everyone has a copy of the game in front of them, and Rolling Realms is great for that, and it was actually designed with that in mind,
right?
Where you don't need to necessarily be together. But to your point, pretty much just Marvel Champions is what I'll play online.
Yeah, I find card games. Brian and I were talking about playing Dice Throne. That would work pretty well too. Just a dice game where you just play in your own spot.
At the beginning of the pandemic, I was doing more board gaming via webcam. I played Catan via webcam. Okay. The other group had their Catan, and we just kind of mirrored our boards essentially to know what was going on. And I also played Villainous with a play group and stuff like that.
Yeah, I could see that.
So it's pretty easy to play Villainous. You just need your own hero deck, kind of like we're doing here. And then, it's like when you interact with each other, be like, okay, well, I'll choose that one. They show you the cards. I don't know if you play Villainous. I don't know if you know how it works.
Yeah. It makes sense too, and that one's very it's very card game focused more than board game with tiny bits all over the place, right?
Absolutely.
So it lends itself to that well. Cool. And party games work. We played a lot of just one.
Yes.
I always host a thing called VonnerCon every year at my house, and we did VonnerCon line. And we played it online, and it was a lot of just one. And actually, my wife and I set up Mysterium, and we had multiple laptops and cameras, and then we had like the different places people could look, and it worked. It was a lot of work on us. It was like we were the two ghosts trying to work together, but it worked, and it was fun for people because it was novel at the time, right? There was a lot of that stuff we were doing
Yeah.
That was during the pandemic, right? The beginning of the pandemic. It's funny how we wouldn't even have thought to play board games via webcam before the pandemic. Yeah. And now it's like you can't imagine not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So true. All right. Well, we could talk about playing games all day, but we should actually play some games.
Absolutely.
So we'll get down to my messy table here because I was not up to cleaning it. So you'll have a few things lying around on the table, but I think everybody will survive it. So here we go with Ebony Maw. We've got him here.
Claws.
Wolverine's claws are in play. Good morning to Nolan and to everybody watching. I see our numbers are popping up now as people jump on and whatnot. So thanks for joining us. Feel free to say hello in the chat. Feel free to say your favorite Thanksgiving food or holiday food if you are not from the US. You can also just type how about them Cowboys in the comments if you would like to, because I'm a huge Cowboys fan. They always play on Thanksgiving. And they've lost, I think, 4 out of the last 5 years on Thanksgiving. So it's been a little rough, but looking good this year. All right. My brother actually went to the Packers game in at Lambeau Field.
Oh, wow.
Where they blew it at the end. Yeah. He had a work trip. He had to go to Wisconsin, or he had to go to Chicago for a work trip. So he made the trek over to over to there. Okay.
Nice.
So we flip this. Each player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until they get a spell, puts it into play, then shuffle the discard pile, but then he does not shuffle, right? If I remember correctly. All right.
That's right.
So starting with Scott Summers, you get Rubble Storm.
Okay.
That's Eric, right?
Yep.
And Brian, you're playing Logan? Okay. And then Brian, you are going to get a Manipulation. Boy, I used to know all these off the top of my head, and now I don't remember what they all do. I also get a Manipulation. Then we reshuffle.
And
reveal the villain. And now these shuffle in?
Yes.
Okay, before we reveal the villain?
I think it's just before the villain's set up, right?
Oh, okay. I always thought it was after.
Is
Got it? I think so.
I don't know.
But I'll just shuffle them back in.
I don't know if there's a
I'll
different
just shuffle
ruling.
it back in. All right, you get Pacification, Eric.
Pacification.
You get Rubble Storm, Brian. And I get Fireball. Wow, they came out quick.
That reminds me from Friends.
Hello, Renee.
Yeah,
I think
Fireball.
Joey and Chandler on Friends made a game called Fireball.
Ultimate Fireball.
Yes.
Nice. Oh, you'll have to. I'll try to tell my wife she's going to Friends trivia tonight, and she's like, I mean, she's seen all the episodes, but memorizing every episode is a different thing, I think.
True. Yes.
So she's like, I think I'm going to be the weak link. I was like, well, you can be the fun link. That's what I would do. I would be like.
Yeah. When I was in Manhattan 2 weeks ago, I was very tempted to go down into the village and find the building that they used for the exterior shots.
Oh, nice.
Where they lived. Because, you can find it on a map. And they do, different tours around Manhattan on places, where movies and TV shows have filmed. But
no shortage of things filmed in New York City.
No doubt.
Nice.
Hello, Renee.
And also
hello, Nolan.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, Renee, even though it might be US based, but we'll say it anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cheers to the holidays. Cheers to the holidays.
Or,
how's that?
If not Canadian, but
because who knows who's celebrating what, and it doesn't matter.
That's right.
Everybody celebrate what you're going to celebrate. Did we mention, Eric, that when we were playing at Hex & Co, we were like a block and a half from Tom's Restaurant, which is the Seinfeld Monks Cafe, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I think when we stepped out, it's right down the street from it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of neat.
All right, away we go. You are first, Eric, with Cyclops.
Awesome. All right. So I think you guys can probably see my opening hand here, luck of the draw, and then the fact that I was able to pull in another tactic upgrade when he's in alter ego. So I am able to get both Professor X and Forge into play on turn 1.
Solid.
Nice.
Yep. So let me do that, and then Forge. I'm going to go hunt down an X-Men or X-Force support.
I'm assuming Professor X is just going to confuse Maw.
That would be great. Yeah, if someone wants to stay down. Oh, so the jet's not in play, but I'm going to put the jet in my hand. And then yes, let's have Professor X confuse our villain. He'll thwart for 3, which will clear out the main scheme.
Ooh.
No?
All right. I had a track by scent, but I don't need to.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. No. It actually works.
I mean, you could just use the card as a resource, like
Yeah.
Yeah, it works.
Right. And then, yeah, he didn't come tough or anything because I was going to say
No.
Forge could knock off that. Okay. And then I could flip up
if you want Forge.
Yeah. Yeah, we can have Forge attack for 1.
And it's 2 because I've got the +1 attack.
Oh, nice. Okay, sweet. Okay. Well, then I can flip up and I guess I will do an attack for 2 as well.
I'm definitely going to flip up. So if you want to stay down as Cyclops, I assume Wolverine's going to flip up.
Oh, yes. I am flipping up.
All right. Well, then,
so
yeah,
if you actually
want
to stay down,
because then I'll get that extra card draw off a tactic.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Professor X can block for someone.
Perfect.
Cool.
Well, you, Brian.
We just get some toast. All right. So I'm going to start by pitching 2 to put down my adamantium skeleton. I will flip up. I will exhaust the claws and take 3 damage to do slice and dice. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I do have the deck here, but I believe other people don't start with a stone in play, right? That's the setup
and
for
11.
Loki. And...
yeah, exactly. So he doesn't have one. So that did 3 damage. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. So I'm up to 14 health. Took 3 damage. I do 3 and then 3.
Yep, 46.
Okay, I'll attack for 3.
43.
And then I'll use Power of Protection to do what doesn't kill me, to heal for 2 and ready. And attack for 3.
Nice. 40. Love it.
So what's that?
Oh, hold on. You attack for 4 each time. So 38.
Attack for 4 each time?
I have the thunderstorm up.
Yeah, I'm counting that when I said 3.
Oh, don't you have the claws out? Don't you have the adamantium skeleton?
Oh my god, yes. I made my life so much harder. I forgot that actually had +1 attack.
Yeah.
All right, is that me?
Piercing. Yeah.
All right. I will pay 4. I'm going to play She-Hulk. What? And then I'm going to flip up and I'm going to make her an X-Men.
Nice.
So now we have She-Hulk as an X-Men. I can switch this out, although I think I will have her attack first for 2. Ooh, where are my damage counters? Well, I'm going to put this here and then find my damage counters at some point. And then I will attack for 3. He's down to 33. We've done some significant damage turn 1. And I can change this. Is there anything? I don't want to change that because we've got him confused. I can put up retaliate or I can put up -1 attack. Should I just do we have a blocker though?
Mm-hmm.
So let's remove 2 threat. Yeah, I don't really know which one to put up. I guess just -1 attack because I can change it before the start of Wolverine's next turn, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So we will go to Blizzard.
Cool.
All right, reset your hands. I'm just trying to find my tokens, which I do believe are up here. Yep.
I just
Just
realized with
take
the
him out of the
Infinity
spikes.
Gauntlet, it will be crucial to have clear skies, making us all stalwart to get rid of all those stuns and confused.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a matter of not trying to put him on him, right? Which is an effective
Yeah.
strategy to slow him down. So
Definitely.
all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can remove threat, get my def focus down. I got a turn here.
I may now don't be fooled. I may be protection, but I'm all damage.
No
Makes
doubt.
sense. All right, we add 3 to the main scheme. He is confused against you, against Eric.
Yep.
He is
Yep.
attacking Wolverine. I'm sorry, is
Okay.
this when he activates, we remove them from here?
That's right. So before he even finishes his activation, you remove counters.
Right. So since he didn't activate against me,
Yours don't
right,
don't
so
move.
yeah, I don't remove anything on mine. Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
All right, so 1 comes off of each of those. And then he is attacking you for 3.
Do you want
Yep.
Professor
3. Well, I take him, but you can just no. You can use him for storm.
Makes a little more sense. Yeah, you're just gonna face it.
Yep.
3 plus you get a Badoon. Plus you
And
get a
then
card.
take 2.
Yep. So 5 total.
5 total. Okay. Puts me down to 8.
I will take Professor X.
Yep.
Plus 2 blocked. I hit you. I did not put. Oh, it's -2, Brian. -1, -1. So you only take 3.
Nice.
Also because of the Badoo current, right? Yeah. Badoo.
All right, we get cards. Eric, your first card is Past Demons. So that is
Yep.
Wolverine's card. If you want to go stunned and confused, I could change the weather.
Or if he flips down, then we just get it out of the game.
Yeah.
Either or. All right. So Brian, that's your call.
Sorry.
You
Sorry.
have an
You got
obligation on
Past
you?
Demons.
Yep.
Oh, Past Demons. That's
So if you want to be stunned and confused, I could change the weather to Stalwart. But if you want to flip down, you could get it out of the game.
I'll just exhaust flip down.
Okay. Hello, Steve.
Steve
Steve is at work.
Steve.
All right.
Good morning, Steve.
Reactor overload. So each player must choose either take 2 damage or place 2 threat here. I will take 2 damage.
Likewise, I will take 2 damage.
I think I'm going to place 2 threat because I'm going to take a bunch of damage next turn.
Yeah, no worries. 5. And ooh, you got a gang up. That's not gonna be good.
Sure.
It's Surges.
Alter ego now.
Yeah. You get a Badoon Warlord. That's not so bad. All right, and then finally I get a Badoon Warlord. And this passes to Wolverine. We have -1 attack. I can change that
Warlord
whenever it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't heal, obviously, because I'm not in hero form. I can flip up. I can take 3 for a lunging strike. Puts me down to 7. And then I could do a momentum shift to heal for 2 and deal 2. So I will do a lunging strike through the Badoon Warlord.
Okay, so 4 here and 4 here.
4 on Ebony. Yeah, that deals 3 damage to me. And then I'll pitch 2 to do momentum shift to heal for 2 and deal 2 to the grunt.
Nice.
And I don't have a basic attack, so
all right. Passes to me. So can I do Clear Skies? Or my other options, got to get rid of this Warlord. She can punch him for 2. So 2 and 2, I could just get rid of him here.
Would you want me to get rid of the Warlord instead of the grunt in front of me? Or I can help with 2 on the Warlord?
No. No, it's not an issue.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out. Eric, are you going to get rid of threat?
I definitely can. When
Because I could switch and play torrential rain.
Yeah.
I would just then have retaliate damage.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't know if you're going to attach something to this minion and you want to kill it. You could draw cards.
How much health is on the minion?
4.
Okay. I won't be able to kill it. Because my turn, I'm primarily building up. I'm going to bring out the X-Jet. I can also play Uncanny X-Men, but that's going to exhaust almost all my resources.
All right. So I think what I will do is retaliate.
Eric.
Okay with everybody?
Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
Sorry.
Did you go get a preparation and maybe get the draw 2 card?
It is in my hand. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Do we have something that's easy to kill? Is the question now. I'm trying to look at the board here.
I mean, I can deal damage to this warlord if you want to then defeat it
with Optic Blast.
Because with Optic Blast, because I'll still need a resource to use the Optic Blast. Because then that will.
But if you're able to play the X-Jet and then put the thing on him, you can use the X-Jet to Optic Blast, right?
Yes, and okay, and then I can hold off on playing that. Okay, yeah.
So you just need me to tap it for a little damage? Is that all you need?
Sure. Yeah. As long as because then I can take care of the final 3 health.
You're back 1 sec.
Okay. So this is going to confuse me. This is going to deal damage to characters you control. He's going to be confused. So if I put up Clear Skies, it's not so bad, right?
Yeah.
Put up Clear Skies, draw a card. Then I can play Torrential Rain. And I remove 3 threat. So I can remove 3 from here. And then I can have She-Hulk remove 2 from there. So that is gone.
Cool.
And then I can punch this guy for 2, right? Because you just need some damage on him.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I will use my Endurance to play my Deft Focus, and I'll hold my Torrential Rain, and I'll flip down.
Cool.
Because I'm going to go first so I can change the weather. Good.
Cool. Sounds good.
All you, Eric.
Okay. I will flip up. I'm going to throw a priority target on that minion.
Oh, did we skip the stones in the first round?
We totally did. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So Eric would have gotten this stone. Brian would have dealt with the stone. So you are stunned.
I'm stunned. Okay.
Nope. Brian is stunned.
I'm stunned.
Oh, Brian is stunned, right.
So all I would do is change to Clear Skies earlier, and that won't change the turn, right?
Perfect.
All right. Yep. And then another stone would be out.
And then another stone
because he would activate against you.
How ridiculous to not use the thing we're trying to use.
I know.
Right. All right.
That's
my
Nolan.
fault. I'll be on it.
well, Maw's probably just trying to figure out how to use the glove in the first
That's
place.
Right. Yeah, maybe he's a little slow.
Yeah, so he has a little slow start.
It's just bling for Maw.
That's right. He just wears it.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't do anything.
No doubt. Cool. Okay. So I threw a priority target on that minion. Then I'm going to use this and this to bring out the X-Jet. Let's exhaust the X-Jet to do an Optic Blast on said minion.
Okay. Dead. Draw 2.
So he dead. Priority target then goes away. I draw 2. Hey, there's Phoenix and Psylocke. Okay. Then bummer, because I have it to me my X-Men in my hand, but it only works with those who are still in your deck. Okay. How are we on threat? Because I also have a Tactical Brilliance in my hand.
It's at 3 out of 18.
Oh, okay. So we're good there. Okay.
What are you saying, Brian?
I just realized that I have an X-Jet in my deck as well,
Got it.
which is fine. It's just a resource now.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, if you're at 41, you could pitch it.
All right. I'm
not.
I think I'm gonna pitch all of these and bring out Uncanny X-Men.
There you go.
Just thinking long-term game here. And then I could either attack for 1 or thwart for 2. I guess thwarting is not an issue right now.
I guess you might as well. 1 damage isn't much.
That's right. Thwart for 2.
Okay. All right. Thwart for 2. I'm going to leave Forge in play. He'll serve as a blocker because he only has 1 health remaining.
Perfect.
And that is my turn.
Nolan, we got the blank stone, the dead stone, and the kidney stone. Those were the 3 we got in the first round.
Right.
Kidney stone.
Yeah, unfortunately, we passed that kidney stone rather fast.
With lots of pain.
No doubt.
All right. 3 threat goes here. Ebony Maw is attacking Wolverine. These 2 get removed.
Yep. So
So
I am
you got it in
confused.
front of you. And you are not confused because you're stalwart.
Sweet. Thank you very much. But I do have to discard 1 card at random. I was just shuffling. Of course, my Night Nurse. Well, it's not that bad considering. I think I will be defending this one because I have only 7 life. So defense.
Okay. Oh, we have Forge.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe
Figured he'd be
Forge is
blocking
better
for one
Shylock.
of you guys.
Okay. Sounds good. So 3 plus overkill, piercing, and ranged.
There you go.
So it sounds like you take 1.
Take 1.
Then he heals 3 and gets a face down boost. 32. Then he has scheming against me for 3. Oh, hold on. These come off first. So I am confused, but I am not. And then I have to discard a random card, which will be attack training. So then he is scheming for 3, 4, 5, 6. So this will go to an even 10 out of 18.
Okay.
And he will draw the Space Stone. And then he is attacking Cyclops. So we're taking 1 off of each of these.
Yep. And then Forge will take it on the chin.
And Forge will take 3 plus 1 plus give the villain a tough status card. Okay.
Which do you still have Clear Skies out?
I do.
Okay. Oh, well, that's right. Tough doesn't affect Stalwart.
Right. Correct.
Or
all right, and then we discard until we get this lieutenant, and the lieutenant's going to deal 2 damage to you.
To me. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
To Eric.
Down to 6.
All right. First encounter card for Wolverine is a grunt into abjuration. I get pacification, so this will have 3 on it, and surge into an assault, which will surge into a channeling trance. Remove 1 from each spell. And that's it. And then you get exhaustion, Cyclops. Man, this is a lot of surge into my claustrophobia.
Okay. So I'm exhausted.
Yep.
Okay.
Did you say you have Psylocke in your deck?
I do. Yes.
It's not a problem. I was just trying to figure out who's where.
Right.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, everyone. All right. So, I mean, I could potentially do... I've got to exhaust and get rid of claustrophobia, so that's gone. Then I will flip up. I will use my flash freeze to play No, it's fine. Attack training on She-Hulk. So she now punches for 5.
Nice.
So I guess I have her hit that lieutenant. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll use Psylocke instead, and I can hold that flash freeze. So my question is what I should change to. If I change to Thunderstorm,
I do have a tackle this round. So if we could get rid of his tough, I could, as long as I could get the X-Jet. If I could get the X-Jet, I could tackle and endurance this round. Also, if we remove his tough, he would at least be stunned, and then we could remove abjuration. Abjuration, I believe, that's what it is.
yeah, I mean, I could hit him for 5. It would be a waste.
Yeah, there's the 2 minions out, right? So if you're gonna hit for 5, I would suggest maybe the 6 that's in front of Eric.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out now. Is what this is always the tough part with her. Is what do I go to?
Yeah, don't worry, Steve. I mean, Eric. I
Yes.
will get your name right.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. And Brian, you can use the X-Jet. Just as always, bring it back with a full tank of gas.
Oh, no problem.
Yes.
I mean, I'm Wolverine. I can't promise that.
Do we? So we do have the option. What I could do is if I go to Thunderstorm, I can kill the grunt, I can kill the lieutenant, and then I could flash freeze Maw, and I could block twice. He'd be -3 both times. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
All right, so I'm going to play Torrential Rain. It's only going to remove 3, but it's something. And then I'm going to change the weather to Thunderstorm. I'm going to deal 2 damage to a minion, which will be the grunt, and then I'm going to attack for 6 with her and take out the lieutenant.
Nice.
Done.
Sweet. Okay.
Does flash freeze work?
How does it work?
Yeah.
When the villain attacks you, the villain and each minion engaged with you get -3 attack while attacking you this phase. So he's going to attack me first. I'll play this. He'll be -3. And then for one of you, I will block and he'll be -3 when attacking me.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Why it doesn't just make him -3 in general? It's just weird, right? Like why when he's attacking me?
Cool. Okay. I am going to pitch these to bring out Utopia. Then with Uncanny X-Men, I can bring out Pixie for the cost of 1. And using Utopia, I then get to ready Cyclops. And with Pixie, I can then bring an X-Men ally from my discard pile back into my hand. I think I will look for Professor X. Okay. And then Brian's going to use the jet. And then lastly, I could thwart for 3. I could attack for 3 as well.
I would. Well, if Pixie attacks, she loses 2 health, right, and goes away. It's kind of pointless.
She won't go away because Uncanny X-Men bolsters all of my allies with an extra hit point.
Okay, I was just gonna say if we could at least remove the tough, I could do the tackle, which would stun him and remove abjuration.
Cool. Okay. Well, Cyclops can ping off the tough.
So this says he can't take damage. So doesn't that mean we have to get rid of abjuration first? Or is tough always first? If he can't take damage, he can't get rid of tough. And then we would be stuck in a loop, right?
That's right.
Because tough says when you take damage. So I imagine you have to remove this first.
So which is first? Abjuration?
Abjuration is first.
Okay, so then have Pixie attack Abjuration for 2.
Perfect.
That goes
And
away.
it's 3.
And then Cyclops will knock off the tough.
There you go.
And then Pixie's still in play because of Uncanny X-Men.
All right.
There we go.
Okay, so along with Strength and X-Jet, I can tackle which will stun and deal 3.
Perfect.
Which actually, now that I think about it, we don't want that because you have flash freeze, right?
Yeah, but I could block still and play flash freeze because they'll still be attacking me.
Okay.
So we can use Pixie
And-
as a blocker, me as a blocker, and that, right?
Yeah, sure. And then I'll use preservation to play endurance. So I essentially just healed for 4. So I healed to 11. And then I'm now up to 14 out of 17.
Nice.
Cool.
Is that everybody?
Yep.
Ready him up.
Okay.
Ooh, I got a game time. Ooh, I got 2 game times.
I gotta say, I'm actually liking this card with Wolverine.
Which card is
Which
that?
card? Oh, that one to heal.
Preservation.
Makes sense. Which is always fun, right? When cards you kind of don't play a lot come back.
Yep. Hey, X-Gen. Oh, no.
Swap it
All
out
right.
for a helicarrier.
You know what?
Yeah,
I
that's not
think I
bad.
will.
Makes sense.
I didn't realize that we were going to have multiple X-Jets. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, excuse me. All right, he's attacking me. Stunned. Then when he activates against Cyclops, we remove 1 from each of these, right?
Yes. So I've got 1 remaining on each.
So do you want to block with Pixie or do you want me to step in?
Well, either I'm down to 6 health. I was planning on having Pixie block.
Okay. And Brian could actually take it, so maybe I don't need to
I
play
have
Flash
I have
Freeze.
14. I have 14 health.
Yeah.
So maybe we just block with Pixie and you take the damage, and then I can put Angel in play in 2 game times.
There
Yep.
you go. That sounds like a plan.
Sounds good.
Cool. All right. So Pixie blocks. She goes away.
All right. 3 plus 1. She's gone. Plus the Mind Stone. So that's going to be Brian is going to be confused, which probably doesn't matter. All right. And then Brian is attacking you. You're going to lose your Rebel Storm.
Take 2 damage from Rebel Storm down to 12.
And then he's attacking you for 3.
I mean, yeah, I don't really have anything that I want to do next round, so I think I'm just going to block this one.
You get a grunt.
Oh gosh.
All right. So he attacked me for 3. I take 1. Then the grunt hits me for 2. I take 3 in total. I'm down to 9.
It's plus 1. So he's hitting you for 4 total. And that's hitting you for
so
3.
an extra 2 damage.
Yep. And you're confused.
Okay, down to 7, and I'm confused. Wolverine's not confused.
What? All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Master plan. I don't even know. Is there more than one side scheme in here? I think we're just going to go through the deck. That's all that's going to happen. Yeah. All right. So this will accelerate. Not too bad. Cyclops is going to get. There's the reactor overload. So we either take 2 damage or place 2 threat.
I'll take 2 damage. I'll go down to 5.
I could take 2, then I'm going to have to flip down next turn because that would put me at 4 health.
Well, just put threat. I am flipping down next round.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. We have a threat issue though.
Do we? All right.
Because we've got 10 here and we've got 5 here. I mean, we can let this pop and all get another spell, but we almost are out from under our spells.
Right.
Mm.
And all right, let me see what's happening. I will exhaust my upgrades and be stunned.
I have Angel to block next round. I think somebody can definitely flip down. We have to figure out a way to get rid of threat.
Hoping to flip down and flip back up and be ready to stay up for quite a while. That's I don't really have.
All right, well, I'll take damage and block with Angel. And you guys want to add threat?
No, I'm taking damage. I took damage, not add threat.
Right, so
myself.
so Cyclops will just add threat for you. That's at 5.
Yeah, because with the Rubble Storm, I'm going to lose 2 damage or 2 health as it is.
Yep.
But this
All
turn,
right.
I can bring out Professor X, so he'll thwart for 3. Cyclops can thwart for 2. And we can also confuse Ebony Maw if Brian's flipping down.
Perfect. That'll work.
Yeah.
Agent of
Yeah, that
Thanos is
works.
going to deal you 0 damage, Brian, so it surges.
Hey,
Channeling Trance is going to get you a spell.
give me the fireball.
It's a fireball.
I knew it.
And
With what's
you
come out
get
already.
Lost Visor for Cyclops.
Oh, okay.
And then it is your turn, Eric, when you're ready.
Right. Okay. Which is actually great because my ruby quartz visor had yet to even come
I
out
heal
yet.
for 2.
That's a great way to find your visor. Where is it? Looking, there it is, ruby quartz visor. Shuffle my deck. Okay, so I cannot attack right now, which is fine because I was going to do some thwarting anyway.
Sweet.
And then exhaust add. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let me thwart for 2.
Okay, this is down to 3.
Then, unless someone needed the jet this turn,
Nope.
I'll use the jet. Uncanny X-Men is then another one, and then this will bring out Professor X. Professor
Ready yourself?
X will.
Or are you confused?
Well, because if I ready myself, then I can
Okay, so
exhaust and get my
confused.
visor. Yeah.
Hmm.
Or do we, Brandt, help me out here. Do we need Maw to be confused since Brian's flipping down?
This is
I
at
can just-
10 out of 18. It's going to go to 14. So it depends on how much threat we're getting rid of.
Okay, so confuse Maw. And then Professor X will thwart for 3. I can hold off on flipping down till next turn.
I mean, we can also just let this pop and it resets. Like, there's that option if we can't get rid of the threat.
True.
It's not a big deal. We all get another spell, although we're dealing with 5 spells.
How much is the discard? Is it a lot of cards in the discard right now?
No. There's 7 cards in the discard.
Then we should wait if we're going to let that pop because he shuffles the discard into the main.
Got it.
Okay, and then lastly, I can also bring out the X Mansion as well.
Shouldn't you have readied yourself when you played Professor because of Utopia?
I thought we were using Professor to confuse Maw.
He's saying Utopia.
Utopia.
Oh, because Utopia, you're exactly correct. Thank you. That's right. You're exactly correct. Okay. All right. So should I not flip down is I guess is the question here.
If you can handle being up for one more round and then flipping down,
Yeah.
I would suggest that. Let me be the only
Sure.
one, and then
Okay.
Yeah, because
just
I've got
don't chance
Angel
the
to
pop.
block and you've got Professor to block. So we got 2
Yeah.
blockers at least.
Right. Well,
And then you can get your visor next round and heal up and all that stuff.
Although, will Professor die to the Rubble Storm?
he will. Yes.
No.
Although, well, if the Professor does not thwart for 3 and I leave him at full health, Rubble Storm will
side
hit
scheme.
him. Rubble Storm will hit him for 2, and then he can block for Cyclops.
So here's weirdly the best idea is for Cyclops to flip down, Wolverine to stay up, and have Professor X block, because confuse would happen to Cyclops, which means Professor X wouldn't die.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But it breaks what we're actually trying to do. But in terms of controlling this, it's the best system for that.
Yeah. So the reason why I was flipping down is because I have my recuperation and regenerative healing. So I was going to go back to full health, back to 17 in one shot. And then I was going to come back up and be ready to go. but I can change it up if that's the case, and I'll just put down the helicarrier instead of it staying in my hand, and I'll just do the regenerative healing and go to 11, and then
Nice.
I still have a block, so I should be fine. All right, let's do that. Let's do it that way then.
Okay.
Cyclops will be the one that goes down.
Okay. So then I'll flip down, exhaust myself to get rid of Lost Visor. Remove that from the game, and then my visor's now in my hand. Right. Yep. Okay.
Hold on.
Yep.
Could
I was
you
gonna
thwart?
say,
Can you thwart for 2 and then next turn exhaust to get your visor?
Definitely.
yeah, I was gonna say you should do it next round because then
that's
you
fine.
have a hand of 6 and then essentially a hand of 7 because of the visor.
Nice.
Yes. Okay. So I will thwart for 2.
Yeah.
Go
So that's down to
down.
8.
Yep. So then I go down, and then I can use the mansion. I'm at 6 health. How's everyone else?
I'm at 7. I'm gonna go to 11.
Okay. And Brandt, how's Storm holding up?
Storm is at 6. I'm going to block with Angel. I mean, honestly, long run, healing She-Hulk is the best bet. But if you need a health now, but if we can keep her alive, she's punching. Well, I guess healing her now doesn't actually make sense because she gets weaker.
Right. No, that's a point. Yeah.
Yeah, just heal yourself for Storm.
All right. So
Yeah, it's fine.
I'll heal myself. Okay, that completes my
You
turn.
may, well, I mean, Brandt is gonna get hit by a fireball for 4 damage next round, eh?
Yep.
Don't forget.
Oh, okay. So Storm, yeah, because
Okay.
okay, so
works.
I will
Storm gets
trigger
healed
that,
for 1.
and then
Cool.
Storm heals for 1.
Okay.
Okay.
For me,
Yep.
okay, I'll spend the energy and the recuperation to put down a helicarrier, which is going to be for Brandt, and I'll do regenerative healing for 4, go back to 11. I'm just taking a quick nap, guys, to heal, and then I'll be back in it. Helicarrier is here for you, Brandt.
Nice. So I was going to mention in my Wolverine deck, I was playing these 2 together, and it was awesome. Clarity of Purpose,
Yes.
take a damage to play a card, and then you heal 4,
Yeah.
so you heal 3 for free.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's pretty sweet because I was like, maybe Clarity of Purpose is overkill in this deck, and then all of a sudden I started playing that with it, and I was like, this is sweet.
It is pretty sweet.
All right. It is to me, my X-Men. So I will use Into the Fray and your Helicarrier to play Angel. Angel will pop your Badoon Grunt. Then I'm going to have She-Hulk swing for 4, 5, 6. Bring him down to 23. 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, so 22. Then I will game time her, ready her. She swings for 7, down to 15.
Cool.
And then I will game time her, ready her. She swings for 7. He's down to 8. And then I will. Should I thwart for 1? I guess I should just do 3 damage, right?
Well, the threat is at what? 8?
Yeah. Am I gonna kick myself if it goes to 18?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna hit for 3. I'm gonna hit for 3.
Okay.
All right. We are done. I will change the weather. Oh, I got this. I'm gonna change the weather to hurricane and remove 2 threat.
Cool.
Solid.
Oh yeah, and then each character has retaliate. Nice.
Yep. 3, 4, 5. There's my boot camp and my sidearm. So now She-Hulk can really hit.
Here's my track by scent.
I have 2 boot camps in here too.
Oh, sweet.
All right. We're adding 4 threat. That's going to go to 10. Is everybody set?
Yep.
All right. Confused against Ebony Maw. I hope I thought this out right. I'll be in trouble. So nothing happens there. 1 is removed from Fireball, and Wolverine's getting attacked, and Cyclops is blocking.
Well, Professor X
Sorry,
is blocking.
Professor X is blocking.
Yeah,
Yes.
he means
All right,
Chrome
the
Dome.
villain
Yeah.
gets
no doubt.
a tough.
And don't forget the stones.
And draws the time stone. That could be trouble. Then he's attacking me.
Fireball is down by 1. Don't forget, you get hit the fireball and the manipulation.
So I take 4 and go to 3. Okay, I guess I just have angel block. So
Yeah,
3
makes sense.
plus 2 boost icons. He's out. No retaliate, unfortunately. And then I have to discard the top 4 cards of my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I should have read the rest of it.
Right.
For each different resource discarded, 3. So this goes to 13. And then we get cards. All right, Eric, you get a gang up, which will surge.
Yep. Into
a manipulation.
Okay.
Which will surge into
Assassin.
a Badoon assassin that does not attack you because you're not in hero form.
Right.
Brian gets a Badoon warlord. I get a manipulation. So now letting that pop, all the spells are out. Although I guess he goes through the discard pile. I get a grunt, and he gets abjuration. Man, this guy does not go down easy. Wolverine, don't forget to heal.
Yeah, I heal for 2. I'm back to 13 of 17. All righty then. All right. So, how do I want to do this? Do I want to do a launching strike and a slice and dice? Or maybe if I can get the X-Jet, I could do a lunging strike, a slice and dice, and a regenerative healing, actually.
Take the jet.
So if it helps, I can change this to Thunderstorm, and I can deal 2 damage to pop this abjuration.
That would be wicked. The thing is the tough is still there, and lunging strike, unless I go straight for him, is still not going to remove tough.
Right.
Well, I mean, I'll hit the warlord for 4 and then remove the tough, right?
Could you attack him to get rid of the tough first?
No. Yeah. Of course. Of course. Think, Brian. Come on now. Use your basic attacks. Don't just use your kit.
So Thunderstorm will pop this.
Okay. And then I actually have piercing anyways, so I'll attack for 3 to remove his Maw's tough.
4, he's down to 1.
I'll use claws to do lunging strike. I'll take 3, go down to 10. The warlord is going to take 4, and then Maw will take 4.
All right. So each player discards until they get, oh my gosh, and he goes to 69. We discard until we get a spell. There's one. So you get Rubble Storm, Brian. And I think that's all of them, right?
Yeah. I think most of
So that
them
means
are
I
done.
don't get one, right?
That's right. It fizzles.
And then,
I'm pretty sure it
then we
fizzles.
shuffle and then I get one. Or does that cancel out?
hello,
Very true.
Christopher. Sorry. We're not doing a great job with the chat here. I'm a
Sorry.
little low
Yeah.
on that.
Thor would have been good, but I think we were just excited to play our X-Men.
And you get a fireball. So basically, we probably want to just try to kill him in 2 turns if we can.
Yeah, probably something like that.
It sounds funny, but we'll escape a lot of these issues.
Yeah.
We are playing Wolverine Protection, Storm Aggression, and Cyclops Leadership, to answer you, Christopher. Okay, so continuing my turn here, I will use my helicarrier along with 2 more to do a slice and dice, and let's kill the 2 Badoons that are out. The 2 and the the
So-
assassin.
Hold on. If we're thinking we don't want to deal with all this stuff, do we want to just get damage on Maw?
That's 6 damage on Maw.
I mean, yeah, there's that option, or we could get rid of the grunt and deal with the assassin. It's just 1 damage, but I'm fine with 6 damage on Maw. Like I can figure that out. I can attack him with storms. I think we just go face.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
I think so.
Okay, then do 6 to Maw, and I can use that extra.
Yes.
Okay, I'll heal for 4.
Cool.
And
Excuse me.
I'm done.
All right. Passes to me. I will lightning bolt for 8. And then trigger this for 10. So I mean, here I could get rid of the grunt if that would make sense. Unfortunately, I can't play my
two
boot
less
camp.
damage that you take, right?
Right. Because are you flipping down Wolverine or not anymore?
No, not anymore. I have 14 health. I don't need to.
Yeah. So I probably will flip down then. So sure, I'll get rid of this and keep 2 damage on him. Then She-Hulk punches, so she's got 4, 5, 6, 7 health. Right? So she can punch for 1, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that'll bring him down to 46. Then I can either punch or heal. But I will punch for 3.
You can also use the mansion if you need to heal for 1.
43.
Yeah, you can use the mansion to heal.
Yeah, or I think I just need to flip down.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're definitely flipping down. I'm just saying when you flip down, you can use the mansion.
I don't really need to heal She-Hulk. She's going to punch 1 more time next turn for 8 and then be gone.
Okay.
So you can heal one of you, or if you have an ally that you need to use to then block with. It doesn't need to be me. I'm not
going
to take any effects. So
okay. All right. I'm at 6 still. I'm going to heal myself for 1. Because I'm still down. Okay, Brandt, that completes your turn.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I healed myself for 1 with the mansion. I will exhaust myself to get rid of Lost Visor. Then that brings my visor into my hand. I'm going to discard a strength to bring out the visor. Then I will flip up. And with the reduction from Uncanny X-Men, and Brian, you used the jet, correct?
I did, correct.
Good. Okay. Just making certain. Okay.
I don't think I used the helicarrier, did I?
I did.
All right. So I'm going to pitch
both.
These 2 to bring out Gentle, because he has the cost reduction of 1 thanks to Uncanny X-Men. That's such a great leadership card. So then that will ready Cyclops from Utopia. I will attach a practice defense. I'm guessing on Maw.
And makes sense.
Okay, and then I will use my visor and hit Maw for 3 with my optic blast.
Sweet.
Optic blast.
And then Gentle will hit Maw for also 3.
It's 4 because of the thunderstorm.
Oh, perfect. Okay. And then he does take an additional consequential damage because he's hitting the villain, which is fine because he also has the +1 health. And then we could have, unless you need me to thwart for 2, Cyclops could attack for 2.
It's just going to go up by 5. So the only benefit of thwarting is that
we don't get extra spells if it pops.
Well, no, because I'm down. So it's going to pop.
Oh, okay.
So it's just the threat on the next scheme. I can't remember how it goes. We all get a
It's
spell, and then
9
this is going to
each.
start at 3. I think it's fine. I think you just deal the damage. I think we're trying to deal the 30 damage, right?
Okay, so if
Yeah.
you deal the damage on my next turn, or when Maw activates against me, Rubble Storm and Pacification are going to go away.
Right.
So I will, I have to exhaust all my upgrades, and I'll be confused. I'll be stunned, and then deal 2 damage to each character I control. So Gentle
Right.
will go away from that.
Yeah. Do we have blockers? Or are you guys just going to have to block?
I can block. I just put an endurance on myself, so I'm up to full
Okay.
health, even though I'm going to lose 2 from Rubble Storm.
Because I feel like we can deal 34 damage. It's
Yeah.
just staying alive is the only
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're gonna lose Gentle because of your spells, why don't you
Yeah.
use him to block for me? Because I'm gonna be hit
Yep.
first, right?
Perfect.
Makes sense.
Yep. That's
That way you don't have to lose him.
good plan.
And then
Perfect.
if I need to, I could, I guess, potentially block for you.
And I have She-Hulk. We would lose the 8 damage, but if
I
we
think
need to
that's more
live.
important. I think that her 8 damage is more important than
Yeah.
the block from
Yeah.
her.
Agreed.
Probably. I can also go. I'm first, so I can change the weather to make us all stalwart.
Yeah, I don't have a high damage turn next turn.
I
It's
do.
just okay.
Yeah. I have exploit weakness that we can put on Maw,
Nice.
and I also have a ricochet beam.
Unfortunately, you don't have field commander, which means exploit weakness is going to be at the end of the
True. Yeah.
only during your turn, not
All
Storm's.
right.
Yeah. Oh, I also have a full blast, but I'm not going to be able to use the X jet because that's going to be exhausted. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
But you can
All
pay
right.
any other resource.
Well, yeah, I can use regular resources. I just can't use the
Yeah.
X jet as a resource.
All right. Well, we'll see what we can do here.
Yeah.
I mean, I can put a. Yeah, I don't have much either, but I mean, I've got 10 damage myself, so
Okay.
I can go back to Thunderstorm.
He says he's got full blast. That's huge already.
Right, so that could be 11 damage right there, right?
Yeah.
So we'll be close.
I do have a full blast. Yes.
All right, this scheme is going to pop, shuffle the discard pile in, and then go get spells for everybody. This has 3 threat on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are no spells. So do we just add 3 acceleration?
If we're gonna just try to kill him, I don't see why not.
I'm just saying there's no spells in the deck.
No, there's no spells in the deck. That means you automatically add 3 acceleration because we're gonna mill for each of us.
Okay. I don't think I have that many acceleration counters, so we're going to use these.
Just put a 5 on top of the acceleration, a 5 threat on top of the acceleration or something, whatever.
I'll try it that way, but I agree with you. I probably would put a damage token so it looks different than threat. But
sure, yeah. Put a 5 damage token on top of a acceleration.
So that's plus 5. So we definitely just want to try to kill him now.
Yes.
All right. Then he's going to attack Wolverine, and Gentle is blocking.
Right.
Yeah.
And Gentle is blocking for Wolverine, correct?
Yep. Correct.
Yep.
Okay,
All
so
right.
he goes so +2. And then we draw this stone. And does it tell us what to do?
The stone?
Does it tell us when we reshuffle? We just reshuffle, right? It's only Thanos who gets a face down boost.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
Then he's going to scheme against me. Oh no. Well, no, it'll be fine. For 4, these go away. Hold on. So I have to exhaust each upgrade I control. I don't think these matter, right?
No.
All right. And what else? I'm stunned.
From what?
Pacification.
Oh, pacification.
Yeah. All right, then he's going to scheme against me for 4 plus 1 is 5. So this will go to 8. And then I have to discard an ally, upgrade, or support I control. So I'll get rid of my deft focus.
Yeah, might as well. It's useless.
Then he's attacking Cyclops. Do we have a plan here?
Yes.
You-
Okay. Well, first, Rubble Storm and Pacification are going to trigger.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be stunned. I upgrade each, or I exhaust each upgrade I control, which is actually not my support. So I still have the X-Jet, Utopia, etc. So I just exhaust Endurance and I exhaust my Visor.
Okay.
And then
Ooh.
Rubble Storm is going to trigger, which then I deal 2 damage to myself. So I'm down to 8.
So with your visor exhausted now, you can't do full blast, right?
When you use I can still use my Optic Blast ability. I just won't be using my
Oh,
visor for it.
got it.
Yes.
Got it.
Yep.
All
So
right.
no, we're still good. We're still good.
And then he's attacking you for
Yeah, I've got 8
2.
health, so I'm just gonna take it on the chin. So
Okay.
what's the attack?
Shoot, you get a Badoon Grunt. So he's attacking you for 2 minus 1 plus 1, so 3.
Okay.
And then grunt hits for 2.
3 and 2.
Oh, wait.
So you're taking 5 more.
That would kill me.
That's why I was saying I should
Yeah.
I should block for Wolverine.
Well, you can block one of these.
Cyclops. Okay. Yeah, I'll block the 2.
Okay, so I take an additional 3 right after Maw.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm down to 2.
And then we get cards. This is where it gets dangerous.
Wait, why an additional 3 after Maw? The assassin only attacks for 1.
Nope. They're +1 because of my thunderstorm.
No, attacks for 2. Okay, so the Badoon Grunt hits for 3, and I take 1.
Yeah, and then you just take 2, Eric.
Oh, I could take 2. Okay, so I'm at 3 health. Got it.
All right, here's hoping.
Yep.
Exhaustion on Wolverine.
Works out.
Into channeling trance, which is fine.
I
get abjuration.
No, 1 second. Channeling trance removes 1 from each, right?
Yep.
Okay, so fireball triggers for 4 damage.
Not by my count. Did you put 4 counters on it?
I absolutely did.
Okay. I'll trust you.
I'm down to 9.
He gets abjuration, and then we get a sentry.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Because of abjuration, so the upgrade that's on him from Cyclops is gone. But because of abjuration, I could do momentum shift, so that I can heal for 2 and at least remove abjuration.
Do you have to deal 2 damage to an enemy? You heal 2 and then deal 2 damage to anything?
Deal 2 damage. That's right.
Okay.
Perfect.
So
all right. I have 6, 7, 8, 9 damage with She-Hulk. That brings him to 25. I can then 23. I can then punch him for like 4. Are there any allies in play other than She-Hulk?
I can be putting when I use Helicarrier, I'll put Polaris down, and that punches for at least 2. If I don't know if you buff everyone, but
well, I have attack training, so it's too late, right?
Oh yeah.
So I have a combat training for myself instead of a boot camp. Is anybody going to play more than 1 ally? Probably not.
I can't play any allies because all I'm doing is attacking. I'm doing.
Are you doing an optic blast?
Yes. I'm doing an optic blast with a full blast.
Okay.
I will be able to benefit from Utopia though, because if I play Polaris, I can use Utopia to ready myself, right?
Yep. Yes.
Do you have an attack event, Brian?
I just did it. It was my momentum shift, and that was it.
Okay. Got it. So you don't have 10 damage, I assume.
No, I have between me and Polaris, I have 5.
We're gonna
I
be like
have
5 or 6 damage short.
I have
But
let me think.
exploit weakness can go on him before optic blast, right? Or before full blast.
Yeah.
This is what 9.
All right. So I should just go for it and
So
see what happens, right?
my 5 is actually going to be 7.
Okay. I don't think my boot camp is any smarter then, right? I just do a combat training. Oh, what if I put combat training on Wolverine? That doesn't help. You're only attacking once, right?
Yes, I'm just attacking once, but that ends up putting me at 4.
Right. It's just the same if I put it on me or you. All right. So I will flip up. I will change the weather to clear skies so everybody clears their statuses.
Okay.
Yeah, technically on me, isn't it worth one extra damage because of the exploit weakness, or is it just mathematically still the same, right?
No, that makes sense. Unused better. I will draw a card, which is a martial prowess. Does that help anybody play anything cheaper? Probably not. It would pay for your optic blast.
Yeah.
All right, so I will play Weather Goddess, and I will change back to Thunderstorm. Deal 2 damage. She-Hulk punches for 7, 8, 9, and she's out. So that brings him to 23. I will punch for 3, bring him to 20. I literally think we're 1 damage short. And then I'll play a martial prowess on Cyclops.
Okay. And again, that's for an attack event, correct?
Yeah. Does it help at all?
No, surprisingly, because full blast is just a hero.
It's not an attack
control.
event.
It's not. It's an event, but not an attack event.
Yeah.
If it was a deft focus, it would pay
I
for
might
it,
be
right?
able to do a I might be
superpower.
able to use it for ricochet beam if I can still manage. Is the helicarrier been used?
I was going to use the helicarrier to get Polaris down, which would be
Yeah.
2 damage or 3 damage if you have exploit weakness. But if that 2 damage doesn't matter and you can pump out more with helicarrier, then. But also, actually, no. I was
Brian,
going to
did you pay for momentum shift with your claws?
No, actually, I paid for it with Genius. So
why don't you just pay for it with your claws?
That makes sense. I'll pay for it with my claws.
Do you have enough health?
Yes, I do. The thing is I was at 11. I'll go down to 9, then go back to 11.
There you go.
All right, you can have helicarrier. I have Polaris. No worries.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. And then Brandt, is it now to me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with the helicarrier, I will put exploit weakness on Maw.
Perfect.
Okay. Then I will use the X-Jet for my visor. No, actually not for my, I'll use the X-Jet to do an optic blast, and I will bump it up with a full blast.
Nice.
So that becomes what? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 from exploit weakness.
8. Come on.
And
Because
then
Brian has 7, but maybe 8 now with the combat
shoot. And then I think I am.
You're exhausted. You're also exhausted.
And I'm exhausted from doing the full blast. And then I'm still 1 resource. Oh wait, no. Then
helicarrier.
You
right?
put the I'm forgetting the name of it. That
martial prowess.
I'm going to use the martial prowess discard beast to do a ricochet beam, which deals an additional 6 damage.
Actually, no, it deals an additional 8 damage because
you have
exploit
to, You're right.
Yep.
It
exploit
does 3,
weakness is there,
and then another 3, and each one is +1. So that's
there's
an additional 8 damage.
8. There you go. 8 damage. Done.
Yes, and you didn't give Brian a turn. Brian, what was your turn going to be?
My turn
nobody
was
knows.
it was just play Polaris, gain tough to someone, ready myself, and attack for 5, 7.
Nice.
So it was a lame turn by comparison to other turns. I didn't even deck out once, guys.
Likewise, yeah. Yeah, my
Yeah,
field
I
commander
mean, we
never
only
came out.
decked out the stone deck once.
Yeah, I had 5 cards left in deck.
Nightcrawler's on the very bottom of my deck. Figures. Yeah.
Nice.
GG,
Yeah, no, it was pretty
guys.
fun, but it was like the spells just get overwhelming in expert. And so your best, especially multiplayer, so your best bet is to just race them at some point.
Yeah.
And other than abjuration, he really doesn't ever stop you from dealing damage. He has a lot of health. He's 41 health per player, but you know, with Cyclops and exploit weakness, it just goes fast.
That was fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought Storm was pretty good. I had heard things about OP Storm aggression, and I imagine it's just going to be better in solo because you're just going to be able to push that damage, right? It's like most of the damage is Wolverine playing his events and me attacking, right? With like whatever's over here giving us +1 attack. But in solo, that would make a big difference because you're like one thunderstorm is half a villain stage.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. So
Thank
yes,
you.
obviously you can see that this protection deck is just actually still aggressive. It's just all about literally using that health as a resource, right? Just like, okay, I'll lunging strike for 8, and then I'll heal back up with momentum shift and do 2 more, right? So, and then you got the what doesn't kill me's. I think he's actually really sick that he can do that.
I don't know that I'm actually right. My initial reaction was that like aggression is his worst aspect because he doesn't really need more damage.
I mean,
but he is pretty darn good in aggression. Like,
yeah,
especially solo. It's just you just deal damage and you win.
Yeah.
Like there's no other route.
Yeah, and also just aggression gives him all those extra attack events that he can.
Right, you can only play one a turn though. That's my point. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The precision is it depends on how you build because you use the claws for like a lunging strike. Let's say you have a martial prowess like a X-Jet or helicarrier or whatever. You can get that precision down, which can kill something and heal you, gain more health back.
Right.
Right. I think he can. I think he could pump out at least 2 good attack events, if not, maybe a third based off of actual build. With an aggression deck, because you got the martial prowess, you got the helicarrier. Yeah, maybe you put Avengers Mansion. I don't know, but I think you could get there. Obviously with a little bit more build. But Wolverine is such an aggressive character. I don't think you really want that anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would almost think leadership might be his weakest aspect. I haven't tried him with it yet. But based on the fact that there's probably still several attack events within protection and justice, I'm trying to think off the top of my head what leadership would bring to the table for him.
Yeah, so what leadership does is it exploits Jubilee.
True. Yes, that's a good point.
So that's my deck that I'm playing.
Maybe it's justice then. Maybe it's just justice. Because
sure, but no doubt justice is the best solo aspect, right?
Yes, this is true.
Maybe leadership, I guess, actually could be, depending on how much threat you're really dealing with. If you can build a board state, then leadership is better than justice, hands down. If you need quick threat removal, something that starts with a lot of stuff in play, then justice is better, right?
Yeah.
I think maybe it's just safe to say that Wolverine does not have a worst aspect. He just has a best aspect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's just like Cap. He's just aspect. All around, right? They just made him to be like Cap. 100% fine, but they were just like, we are not going to make this a hero that struggles in solo.
Right.
Yeah. We're going to tune him up, not tune him down because he's Wolverine, right? Like they didn't want
Jack
to...
Human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just didn't want to make somebody, and it's kind of the same thing with Cyclops. They're not worried about how powerful Cyclops is. They just want him to feel like a leader, right? His power level doesn't matter. What did you feel about playing the new cards with Cyclops? Did you feel like it changed from when you played Cyclops prior?
Yeah, just the Uncanny X-Men is such a fantastic card for him, or really for anyone else that's using a lot of X-Men allies. But yeah, that one is great. And then To Me My X-Men, which unfortunately I didn't get to play it at all this game. But yeah, that too is just another fantastic
because you can have a
card.
lot of allies in there.
Yeah, and then obviously it just brought more leadership allies to the game for X-Men. So he's just getting stronger. Definitely a fantastic character.
Who do you want to fish for with Pixie?
I fished for Professor X when just because I at the time
in multiplayer it makes a lot of sense.
At the time
I think it's situational.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with Brian that if you want to, based on the situation, maybe you want to bring Sunfire back out because you have one of those attachments you need to get rid of, or whatever the situation might be. Bring out Polaris, bring out Nightcrawler.
Yeah,
nice.
I agree.
Yeah, no, it seems interesting. The part that's weird to me with the Uncanny X-Men, and maybe I'm just thinking about it wrong, is like you're paying one fewer to put them out, but then they have +1 health, so they want to stay in longer. So obviously, you could just build a board state, right? You could have, with Triskelion, you could have 5, am I correct? 5 allies out?
Yes. Yeah.
So it's just helping you build that bigger. So it feels to me like then you want to play strength in numbers to draw cards.
But the advantage with Uncanny X-Men is like Pixie would have gone away with her first attack. But because it gave her that +1 health. So it just lets you, keep them on the board a little longer. But the fact that it's one fewer resource to pay for is a huge boon, especially when you have allies like Angel, which already gives you the reduction of 1, if you are using an X-Men to play him. So then it's his cost is 1 to bring him into play.
Yeah.
Forge, I think, would be a cost of 1. Pixie would be a cost of 1. Yeah,
I think what I'm thinking about is how so many of the X-Men allies have when they come into play effects. So I want to recur those.
Yeah.
So leaving them in play is strange, but maybe their come into play effects are so they're so good that you get them in play and then they stay in play. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like Beast, I'd like to kill him and then go get another resource and kill him and go get another resource. But maybe that's I guess because they go to your discard pile, it's a little different feeling. So then I feel like I want to bring them into play and then use them to build resources or whatever.
But then you could also, on the other hand, you could have make the call, right? You can try and make the call in there so that if you do lose them, you can just bring them back from the yard and then do that, right? And get those effects over again that you're saying they're so strong.
Yeah, I think that's the balance for me, is figuring out when do I want to recur them and when do I want to just leave them in play.
That's when we have the cards like regroup, rapid response, and make the call. They all should help with that recursion of allies, so that you can get these powerful abilities multiple times. And then if you have cards like Utopia in your deck, you're also readying yourself, right?
Yep. While we're speaking of leadership, that reminds me, if you guys follow on YouTube, is it Tony Tales? Maybe I'm mispronouncing that. I apologize.
No, that's right. Tony Tales.
You're not.
Yeah,
it's Tony Tales.
Yeah, he just dropped a video this morning on.
Is it another tier list?
Yeah, it's 7 different leadership deck concepts, and then it's more for people who aren't as familiar with the aspect, but just going through so many of the different cards, that how you can build up certain things, kind of like what we've just been discussing now. Do you want to use your allies as chump blockers? Do you want to keep bringing them back because of their win revealed effect? So for anyone interested in leadership, definitely check out that video.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of different fun ones, and it's like mixing and matching. Because I do think a strength of the X-Men is they stay in play and they can do more things, right? But I don't know. I haven't really played. Have I played? I did with Shadowcat. When I was playing Shadowcat Aggression, I was doing like 3 game times, 3 attack trainings, getting allies out, putting attack trainings on them, and then keeping them all in play, you know? But
we tried that through the campaign, right?
It works super well
multiplayer in the campaign where we're all getting I think I was getting the danger room and danger room trainings down, and then we had the game times, right. And you were also having your I guess the justice one. I can't remember what that one's called.
Yeah, mission training,
right? So yeah, I think that works really well in a multiplayer setting. Maybe less so in solo, like the whole trying to build up that game time mechanic, you know?
Yeah, it's a lot to build. So you think like, oh, well, you get Danger Room and that'll get that out, and then X Mansion. So if you think about like X Mansion, Danger Room, Utopia, attack trainings, allies, game times, like that's a huge combo. It's going to be amazing, but the villain's going to be dead in solo. Like, right? So like Forge can recur because Forge could go get those back for you, so that you could spend them as resources and then go get them from your discard pile. So that's helpful. But then it's like, yeah, I think at that point you can't have the X-Jet because that's just too many things to build.
Agreed.
So I that's where I'm intrigued what people have been doing solo. You know, like it feels like with Storm, I don't even need, like, I could put boot camp out, but honestly, she's got a boot camp here. If I just start flooding the board with allies and solo and dealing damage, like boom, 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 they're going to be dead pretty fast, you know? It was fun here to be able to do the thing with She-Hulk. In fact, She-Hulk was my only X-Men ally I played.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Put the +1 health on her and then the +2.
Well, it's because you're talking about solo. Think about it this way. I was trying out this deck in solo before we played it, and even Ebony Maw stage 2, it's like turn 1 I got lunging strike with like a momentum shift, and it's like you just he's immediately down to like peanuts on the first stage after the first barrage of attacks on round 1, right? So I think you're right. It's like in solo you don't have that time because you kill them so fast to be able to pull off these combos that they're like, oh, this is an amazing combo. Not good for solo.
Yeah, it's tougher to build. All right, Steve says he loves playing Cyclops and Alter Ego, and he beat the entire Mojo campaign solo with Alter Ego Cyclops. So there you go. It's just stay. It does feel like a lot of the Mojo stuff you can avoid by staying in Alter Ego. Like it's almost like you've refused to show up. You stay in the back room, right?
Yeah.
You don't play along with Mojo.
You're like
because if you never flip, right? If you never flip against Mojo, and if you never, like, what's her name, schemes anyway, even if you're flipped up, so you just have more cards, and you don't let him get counters except when he, you know, be interesting. And then Renee says Beast to have resources for Band Together, plus Pixie to have an X-Men ally, and Black Panther to have a make a call. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. I was trying to do that, and I had Black Panther, but then you break Uncanny X-Men if you put Black Panther out, and you don't really want to drop a thing on him. So I did that in this deck, which I think I'm playing tonight. If Steve is still playing Storm, but I ended up breaking just for card draw because I wanted to get this Jubilee combo going. So I didn't play into the X-Men at all. I just played all the draw cards. So I have Maria Hill, Beast to get resources, Ironheart, White Tiger, and what's his name? Nick Fury. The funny part is with this deck is that you end up playing Nick Fury more often than Jubilee because you just want the card draw. Because the damage is there. All right.
Excuse me for yawning.
Awesome. Well, thanks, everybody. Does anybody have comments? I don't know how many people we have with us. Oh, we have 14 people with us. So if anybody has questions or comments, we didn't do a great job. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, so I was kind of like focused on getting this. And then when I messed up on the stones, I really just looked at the table to make sure I didn't make mistakes here.
I think
but if people have,
we brought it back.
Oh yeah, no, it was fine. I wasn't worried about it. But if people have any questions or things about X-Men or going back to play, yeah, it's funny. It's like, the X-Men. You know what I really want to do, Brian? It sounds weird, and maybe it's two of us or whatever. I just want to do like Rise of Red Skull campaign, like almost one sitting.
See if you can get it done in one sitting.
Not necessarily. I'd be happy to do 3 and then 2. I just want to go back and do that campaign again. Like, it's so smooth.
Yeah, it is. It's good.
Right?
I'd go back
it's kind of easy.
It's been a while.
What was really fun too is, and I talk about this all the time, so I apologize for repeating, but like Larry and I played Ant-Man and Wasp, and we took the power-ofs and we drew one at the start and then built a deck in that aspect, and we change aspects every game.
Okay, yeah. So you take the power-ups to choose your initial aspect, and then the next time you pick again of the 3 remaining?
Correct.
Okay, that's cool. That's interesting.
So it was fun because you could deck build every time. Now that would make the video longer. You know what I mean? Like if you were also doing deck building in the campaign longer. So
I like Igor's comment.
Yeah.
Being a little under the weather is good preparation for Storm.
Definitely.
What a pun.
A fun deck could be to create a deck with Warlock and the ally Wolverine to put on him all the X-Men upgrades. Is that with Cyclops? I know Warlock is the one that can heal to full, right?
Yeah.
The Warlock, Adam Warlock?
Unless is he talking
or Warlock
about
ally?
Oh, Adam Warlock.
Okay,
isn't there an ally Warlock?
There is.
There is.
Okay.
So I've got him here. And I'm
no, he's saying play Adam Warlock.
The hero Adam
with
Warlock.
The Wolverine ally, and then Voltron Wolverine.
Okay.
Right? Because you're Adam Warlock, so you can put all the different cards in.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
I've done a game using Adam Warlock and I Voltron Yondu. And that's always fun.
Yeah, and one ally in Soul you can usually get there. Yeah, thank you, Brumbe. Limit 1 per. Yeah, you can't do all the trainings. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that would be the issue, is you can't do all those.
Right.
Steve, sure, you can set up the villain tonight. That'll save. Well, it doesn't. I mean, I have the table space, but if you want to do it, go for it. You can set up Spiral. Being a little under the weather is good preparation for Storm. There you go. Exactly. Yeah. I still feel like she's wonky in multiplayer. It's like you're always right. Like I had the thunderstorm up, we dealt all this damage, and it was like sweet. And then when you guys were all blocking, I was like, no, he's attacking for 4. No, that's attacking for 2. No, that's like. And then you feel like, well, why the heck did you put thunderstorm up, Brandt? And you don't feel like you did anything helpful for the team, even though the damage we did with this card is ridiculous, right? It's actually doing more damage than exploit weakness.
Yeah. I think she's good in multiplayer. It just requires more communication. And or just forward planning, like, okay, what's everyone going to do this turn? And then you figure out what weather you're going to bring to the table.
And it's not even communication. It's like, it's almost like negative communication. Like, which effect do you want to have be bad for you? Because even though you get a good effect, I'm like, oh, like we already planned, we'll clear all the status effects. So then when I do it, everybody's like, oh yeah, cool, we talked about that. But then when I say, oh, the villains are attacking you for +1, you're like, well, what the heck? So it doesn't feel like you're giving people like things to be excited about.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a little bit of the negative. It would be overpowered if it said all heroes and allies get +1 attack. This card would be dumb. So they have to do it the other way. But yeah, it just feels a little funny. It's like you're not giving people. It's kind of like that turn when Xavier was out, and you had Rubble Storm.
Right. Yep.
And then he was confused, and I was like, well, I think Brian should flip down. That's what we want to have happen. But honestly, we need to have Cyclops flip. And it was like, we all kind of knew it was the best thing, but it was kind of not what we wanted to do. Right. Yep. So it was like, but that was a little more communication between the team. It's not so bad. We're going to see if Steve can master it and do better on that front. Yeah, because that last game we played and I played Storm, my brain just broke because it was like, are we getting rid of threat? Are we dealing damage? And then people are like, well, you need to get rid of threat and deal damage. It's like, do you want retaliate up? Well, no, if you have retaliate up, then I'm gonna die. Okay, do you want +1 attack? No, because then I die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I just flip the weather card face down
all over
and
the
have
place.
no weather?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Don't play clear skies. I'm about to stun the villain. Like,
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like you're always working against them.
Yes.
Sorry,
the next brain burn is going to be when Rogue is released.
Oh my gosh.
And trying to figure out how she's going to interact with the board and multiplayer that can get very confusing very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't steal my Hulk smash. I want to draw that.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was actually funny on the
first card.
Facebook group. Somebody was talking about the X Mansion. Did you see that? And they were saying, like, because it says anybody with the mutant trait can use it.
Right.
And so somebody commented, they're like, wait a second. So if I'm playing with somebody else, they can just use my X Mansion to heal one of their allies without my consent. And I was like, that is such a competitive card player mentality, right?
Yes.
Because they just
absolutely.
probably, and I'm not saying it's totally a fine comment. I'm not picking on the person, but to me, it's just funny. It's maybe not somebody who's played a lot of cooperative board games, right? Because it's like, well, they're not stealing it from you on their turn. Like, it should be, hey, this is available to everybody. Who's the best person to use it on? Not. So, I mean, there's probably, I don't know what the official rule is, but if you control the card, you probably get to decide whether somebody can use it or not. But it's a weird group to be in where they want to steal your cards. I mean, can you imagine somebody just always taking the Steve Carrier, always taking the Steve Mansion, always taking the X Steve Mansion? I mean, that would be so
always
rude.
taking the Quinn Steve. Wait a second.
Right. We love you, Steve. Yes, we do.
But yeah, no, it's just a funny mentality. I think what's actually cool is if I was playing at a table with 4 people, I'd be like, hey, every time you play an X support, put it in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't actually matter at that point who could. Obviously, you'd have to know this is mine. You could put a little token on it or make it face you.
Sure.
But essentially, you're saying, hey, this is available to anybody. Anybody can use these. And I love that they did that because they're bringing in more teamwork, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If anything, you knew when they were designing the X-Men characters, it was the plan from the get-go to utilize them as a team, and how they just interact with each other is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Somehow it makes the game feel even more cooperative.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And we had a little hiccup here, right? We had 2 X-Jets, we had 2 Psylocks, so we could build decks that work a little bit better together, but we basically had a plan.
I
mean,
and the stones didn't overwhelm us.
Yeah, and I would say none of my allies stayed in play for more than 2 turns, something like that. But yeah.
I guess that's got to be a big part too in solo. If you put Thunderstorm up and then you're just playing a chump blocking deck, you don't care about the +1 attack, right? Because you're just going to chump block with whoever you put out a 2-cost minion, and then they attack for 3, and then you block with them, right? And you attack for 3. That's 6 damage turn 1. Like,
I want to see Storm and Thor play together.
Yes, yeah.
Both bring the lightning.
Oh yeah. And I never got her crown or her cape. She definitely feels like she's built around those cards. And it is interesting that they're not putting in cards that say, like, go search for your, right? Like Venom has go search for a gun.
Right.
It's interesting that they don't have those cards, you know? They feel like they would be helpful.
Well, oh yeah, sure. I mean, there's plenty of characters that don't have the go search for a specific
that's
card,
what I'm saying.
Right? That's a big one.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't do it just so you can get set up, you know? But I guess they want that to be part of the gameplay, is like that feeling of, what if I didn't have my crown or cape, right?
Yeah, but then, to the argument, there's so many characters where they need a card to become aerial, where they should be aerial from the get-go.
Right.
Or
like Rocket.
Yes.
Classic
like
aerial
Phoenix.
character.
But yeah, like Phoenix, like, because Storm doesn't become aerial till she gets her cape, I believe.
Right.
you know.
Yeah, they're definitely playing with that archetype, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what's Brown Bay's new comment? They did this in Arkham a lot, but we're really missing the search for cards. Yes.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I don't know what they could do, like a basic card that says.
I was just thinking that.
I guess they
zero
made
cost basic.
They do have like the what was the one that came in Wolverine where you can get an identity specific card by discarding.
Weapon X.
Yeah.
And that's pretty good. Like that's a pretty good way of getting, like, you're going to draw your event instead, but you won't pass through them, you know.
I mean, you have Weapon X, and it essentially turns everyone into Miss Marvel, right? Where you
Correct.
take a damage and you discard until you find identity specific.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
powerful, and a big part is that you do get through your deck every game. Although we didn't this one, but you generally get through your deck every game. So
my Weapon X is on the bottom.
Right. So there is that element that because you get through it. Although I guess even Arkham, right? It's a little different.
But in solo, when I was flipping back and forth, I had Logan's Cabin and Weapon X. So, I was using Logan's Cabin to put something back in. Yeah. And I literally turned myself into Miss Marvel, right? Because I was just like
or Colossus.
Colossus?
He puts a card back in.
Oh, yeah. That's true. He also does that naturally, right?
How would that work with Colossus if you had Weapon X and the painting?
Right.
So he could flip for 2 every time you went down?
Yeah, I guess
Is it worth it? It's 2 card draw, right?
I don't think it's
once
worth
you thin
it.
your deck, it's like you're not going to see all your other cards. Put junk cards in.
That's true. That's true.
Sorry. All right.
Cool.
I'm going to rock and roll so that I can rest.
All right.
Brent, hope you feel better.
Thanks.
This is awesome. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, or just, let's be thankful. Count your blessings every day. And it was definitely a blessing to be able to play with you guys this morning. So
awesome. Thanks.
As corny
that
as
was
I
fun.
could be.
So much corn.
And early. You still have your whole day left.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
No doubt.
He's showering us with blessings.
Are you traveling or cooking?
No. We try not to travel on the holidays, but my wife is going to be cooking up a mini storm, and we're going over to friends tomorrow.
Perfect. Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to travel out of state, but in Connecticut, that's not a big deal. Right. It's an hour and 10 minutes.
Exactly.
But I think that because my daughter's also sick, so I think we're going to pass and not bring sickness for Thanksgiving this year. And people will be thankful we stayed away.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
I
hope you guys all feel better.
Thank you. I just want to see, what difficulty are you playing? It feels like heroic. I listened to you guys. No, we were playing. So yeah, Ebony Maw feels a little bit like heroic because he has a lot of surge on the cards. But he put all these spells out, and this flipped, and we got more spells, and we got acceleration. But at that point, we just powered the damage out. Had we fallen 1 or 2 damage short, it would have been a mess on that next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
But the weird part is 2 of us could have died, and the other person could have dealt the final 2 damage.
Yeah.
So that
then again, I still had a turn.
Right. Exactly.
Right. So.
And Christopher says that you guys seem pretty awesome at this game. I think he's saying that to Brian and Eric. So.
Well, thank you.
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah, we played a lot, so we get used to what we see. I think that's it. I think it's not hitting the panic button. Like, oh, there's all this stuff on the table, but we actually don't have to panic because we're gonna win, right? Like, I think that's a big element of the game that you get used to is what is it I must deal with, and when do I hit that gas and go, especially in expert.
I mean, I think a perfect example of that was playing against Magneto. It's like you just get so overwhelmed, and there's just a point where you turn a corner and you're like, wait a second, we got this.
Yeah.
So this game does that a lot, though.
Yeah, for sure. And Descar's got a good point here, too. Then we will go, I promise. Power level in this game are all over the place, but it's a co-op, so have fun. I 100% agree. Like I said, they're going to make Wolverine overtuned because they know people are going to play him solo and want to play him. They don't want to have the Hulk effect. They're going to make Cyclops feel like a leader, whatever that means for his power level. I think they're more interested in like how much fun and how much did you feel like Cyclops, not how did he compare to Doctor Strange. I don't think anybody's doing that, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes on the villains, we run into that problem because they are overpowered or underpowered because they're trying to make them feel like them, and it comes out a little too strong in being creative, right?
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, everybody. Until next time, my name is the Brandt.
I'm Brian.
I'm Eric.
And we hope you step into the portal. Bye. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays.
Take care, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.